transfers no di bi aba me di bi beba kwa di bi baba big susu di bi beba na we de kakra bi wo FIFA Club World Cup nim na ma notice ade bi Madrid winning 3-2 against Dortmund no ade miensa me de ma adwen call so a ase most especially Real Madrid fans no enhu ye no Alonso befa Real Madrid boboku no wa create 3 new options e won the squad ni players akesi omwo ho no Vini mo yeni mo dada Fedi Valverde mo Rudiger mo Alonso FIFA Club World Cup no every single game awabo no ken mi hu ne se wa create 3 options e won the squad ni the first one Frank Garcia mi no mi nim se anka Frank Garcia de ye bo season no na say La Liga ne other UEFA competitions are Real Madrid boy no ebe wie no anka ye player ba kwa anka 40 po ne so be free Real Madrid bobo ni ma Frank Garcia no operate as a left back at the Real Madrid by FIFA Club World Cup no under Jabi Alonso abrante ne status asesa onim say wa man new role di amano no a dynamic up and down left back ye ka so be a dynamic left and a up and down left back obi a o patrol e the left side o sa left side say ye bo 4 back ye bo 3 back oko na waba enti sa ntenten ho no o patrol ye ka so me dynamic left back omko esoro na omoba form and so far o FIFA Club World Cup me jitu mu say ye ka left back sa ye ade pa e wo wiase a omfa Frank Garcia nka ho by ken otan okodura na oyini brika Frank Garcia under Alonso it seems the modern bonus and gradually or pick it up dear tosum yenu the new role of Ada Gule say Alonso bo no obo ni nyina no de o control rhythm Ada Gule Madrid say obey you high low tempo ni na Ada Gule because on the control rhythm no and say o hye team na Ada Gule no obey gina defensive line anim ono na ye beka say o pretty as a deep lying playmaker and ken sa role no enye role ketwa in 1930 papa your friend Vittorio Pozzo no ye coach for Italy introduce formation be in 1930 near kind of metodo system so in 1930 Vittorio Pozzo introduce the metodo system no he introduce the deep lying playmaker and obi obo as a deep lying playmaker no require ball skills ye mfa hoden ye de ball ye di adwen eni nyansa e de boss aro until recently chobi ti se pelu e obebo ball ni ye adwen ye de ball and so far under Alonso the new role of Ada Gule obo ebo ni ye passing or take vision creativity or take composure and decision or take and to also so another option our creative was set up nim no Ada Gule o man the new role then the striker Gonzalo Garcia say o man operate as a boss dominator striker. We see different types of strikers. Offer obi to say Benzema, or person obe tire be jebo, obe control, obe involve play. Or you different. But Alonso ba Real Madrid no, akra no use as a striker, Gonzalo Garcia no, or manu operate as a boss dominator. Ne de any say on hold him onto the ball, or making sure certain you be creating space. No one who you position box him, and to check in goals or say, now no can go no say. And to start 3 players we know, Alonso e dia creative option. I want the squad him. You heard the new season, no? A bit maba. Mami rem transfers kakra. Abrante friend is Jack Grealish, a Manchester City player. So far, Aston Villa aba, Everton aba. Kemeno ka say Napoli for so echo home. Yes, Manchester City for say still na no team bi enu wa you ready say. On betima fa Abrante no. Na Manchester City mpokra say omo ye ready say on be reduce omo asking price no. But Abrante friend said Jack Grealish no. Ni sika no oje no SK teams na we £300,000 a year a week. Year ni nyina 15.6 million pounds. Ye say SK clubs na we clubs ni nye willing. And a boy ni mpokro nye willing say obe reduce the salary no. And ka City for the omo ready say omo asking price no. On better so. But Abrante ni nye na again say 15.6 million pounds na oje no oba better so. Na story we ken etwetwe maso kakra. Menim say begini kwaku ombe wo interest wo. Nipa o this story ne buy no. Ye trust in the power transfer market. Ni story bi o dia be bia ye correct. Na story a nipa ne dia ba me hu bi ewie ye mowa. Ye se Bayern eko Mohamed Kudus. and o catch Bayern for say there be your space nko a me hu story na ye me wa kakra but the current story the make can say nipa na wo or the exclusive na ba no e obi a ye trusting what transfer market
Kudus are rejected by
Bayern I say already wa catch Bayern for say or the yes am a space for our person space no ko minim reason tia
and it's all rejected. Well, I agree with everything.
By says anka wo space ne Bayern na
Because to me
e ho na twetwe maso kakra no anka koye anka koye source bi anka minjimi by source no de aba no e ye trustworthy a de aba
Bayern die na me no credit me nkadem no credit to Bayern nkadem ebem we got that boy now was right one
Michael
Olise and I always happen
onimbo pa ana number 10 row no enye musiela yesu prepare musiela so ko tunu no so enye easy enti minim se baby se wa we ni options are by nipa no this story we aba no untimi nka so oboa so far said the only two dwa no West Ham for the 6 pairs for nsam kono mo mbra bie sa add-ons ni bonuses ni de entimi nsi 6 pairs for
so omo just say Tottenham Champions League
ana EPL no Omo peso betia because when the business say Spurs kwa akwaje Champions League bibia ya possible wo wiase de by on a scale of 0 to 10 Spurs edge Champions League any league no aye be 1 enti na West Ham for ni po omo full cash no na nim say eno na link to West Ham I say omo be room for Ademola Lookman enti eya koye me say ase West Ham for no so apra ne say omo Tom Mohamed Kudus a omo so ko for Ademola Lookman
also part of this comment.
Also, Atletico Madrid so ne kasa. Enti West Ham for ne person omo ton Kudus ntem. No ma ya quick, no metimi akwa Ademola Lookman ho. Enti story am nsaka awie no eye me nwanwa say yesi Kudus etimi a reject Bayern. Minim say no ko buy. Nipa no de buy no me genidi. Na ke no nim say eye Barcelona wingers na omo opening nyina no. Barca e de ato omo nyina anim say omo ntua embro 60 million euros. Obien who about Barcelona for so betua bro 60 million euros. Luis Diaz so Rashford obien tua 60 million euros. Barcelona for say maximum no 60 million euros entra.
Barca killing tua.
Omo nya killing tua ba omo de omo de ato. So we de omo Madrid nanke omo ye killing tua sem. Barca de so omo de omo say ye betua ba ye ma ne entra 60 million euros. Into my catch ratings ni nyina no eba sa na e go in favor of Marcus Rashford because Rashford see can 40 million dia kan nyina no so ya above 60 million no enti Barca so de oto omanim metesa na wo ka Rodrigo de Paul ne Inter Miami de no me na wo ka say so Flamingo for so abawrem so mo pe Rodrigo de Paul Flamingo abawrem so mo pe abrante no Liverpool for you so intermediaries over transfers are ubetima wo agent club ni so betima wo but obetime decide say omo koye outsourcing obi oye purchasing and supply bi anim outsourcing and Liverpool for call intermediaries for be say omo nko Konate na nkomo ne nkasa na boy ne nsesa na adwe ye say Konate so dia two intermediaries na nim say Liverpool for decide say omo beton no eye sama we dia e team ba ko pe na ope Real Madrid bobuku no say omo beton no anim ya dia e Real Madrid ana ope. Na onim say Luis Diaz eso ni Liverpool for e wo gentleman agreement bi. Na sa gentleman agreement no mo no. Ye say omudi nkomo no omudi tum say team bi ba na okura 82 million euros a ombetime jaya manako. Eno ana Luis Diaz ye say osane de ko kasa say osere omo a do so ne Bayern for agree de ba na onim say Nico de no e benwen ne say. Enti say omo wo ska bi omo fa bi nka ho no omo mefa no because omo a gentleman agreement of 82 million euros. I know yes Liverpool ne boy na agree say obi di 82 million euros bo betime jai abrante no amanako. Me na wo ka say wo de tudwa Nicolas Jackson so onko ba bia no. Onim say ken last week na be breaking story ready ma say Atletico Madrid for Nicolas Jackson. E ma me ka say me koye nhwehwemu di aba. Eno na ma Nicolas Jackson na ba bonten say onko ba bia no. Atletico Madrid ene Ali Barat ana twetwe nkomo. enti Ali Barat ana na ede kwoto Nicolas Jackson enim say Atletico Madrid for mpokura ba say omopo ana ma Nicolas Jackson ka che ne say ompeso obeko ba bia no si afi we die obesi form wo Chelsea sa afi bi be ya de season be ya de dia ma onu Nicolas Jackson ya afi wi enti waka che Ali Barat say onko Atletico Madrid team no Fenerbahce for so ese omo ntwema Barcelona Marcus Rashford Fenerbahce for so say omo pe Marcus Rashford enti Jose person say reunite with Marcus Rashford no more per Sancho and Sancho so per Juventus enti Jose ne Fenerbahce for so say omo pe Marcus Rashford na Holland so situation no waka che Ruben Amorim say the only thing about me na free Manchester United team no say Manchester for na me can't say omo onye part of the plans say Manchester for team be catch no Holland say onye part of the planner ono abranti no be free Manchester United asundwem Juventus Winfred Ndidi Juventus aberum so mo per Winfred Ndidi on say Juventus beton Douglas Luiz sa brantie no ento beton no me no ka say Ndidi din abepiem na AC Milan ana Victor Boniface enkomo no ahase dendenden AC Milan Victor Boniface enkomo no ahase say Victor Boniface mpokra no ese na ni beje say obe free Germany abepiem ewo Italy abesi akan dia ma team e friend say AC Milan who your story be say Manchester City for show interest ewo Danzel mu Inter Milan for a right wing back no unima de kontia Manchester City for eko Newcastle so mo ko Livramento na omo ko Newcastle so mo ko Livramento no ana Newcastle for abo mu 80 million pounds
Livramento
aye
what no Chelsea
80 million pounds enti eno na ma
down first is 25
aye also na de ye form first to be 15th aha na the release clause no sa date ni pa ho age se woni Inter for negotiate na ma say Man City for say ne yenko Inter na bo ni say die e wo so nti Livramento 80 die Pep Guardiola say la untua
Livramento 80 die
untua
okay come jela na ede bebraba wa me hu bebre no others interested
Camera say na mamenchia awoshi senior man na wodum kwa no friend monitor show no nti mechia awoshi ye pa na yentoa so the tie say I remember very well say about 2 years in ye na ye discuss how ye will get our Ghanaian players there say ombenya big clubs abo one of those things are not a boss me mind is in terms of talent. Your players are talented guys. But sometimes Nigeria, Senegal for omutiminya links called big clubs. Na your players in Kobe. And you remember we saying say Kudus wo. Now say news about for the I am not surprised a bit. Ebra Kudus every Jennifer Mendelovich aswaye e move to roof agency pay and I can say Kudus transfer. And lots of stories will come around him. One of the big agencies at a roof. John Bizima. If you don't know John Bizima, roof ankasa ninchi ewa Germany. By winchi ninchi wa hin Germany. John Bizima no ono ne manage Segina Bri. Ono ne de Sadio Mane eko Bayern Munich. Oye big agent pao. Ono ne manage Ademola Lookman. Ono ne manage Kai Havertz. Karim Adeyemi. Inti Kudus de nsa kwa anase oditi akwa kwese big agency. So these stories are going to come up. Now, these guys will get Kudus a better club. For that I am assured. But what do we want as Ghanaians? What do Kudus want? A big club na Kudus unkoba anasa unkoba club obenya ball ni biabo. But what the me tell you say? Kudus type on the style of play ni ye. They be an oye sima. You won't pass the ball and famami. Everything should go through Muhammad Kudus. That is the style of play. It is a okoto timwa. Team no obia bobia. You will not see Kudus play well. One say Moise ebe bi na gidi o Kudus mana West Ham ombo ball ni bi fa no so no na Kudus bo pa Graham Potter obi ambo ball ni bi no na say Kudus ya ye ordinary but when you ordinary the type no you say everything should go through him or yes number 10 for ni bi enti e dey na Ghana for epe say a big club there roof agency they will get Kudus a big club to play say a game time with there then we should be very careful. Say West Ham for no obunya ometon ama Chelsea obunton match Tottenham da Tottenham omu biggest rival West Ham for kan bi omu no mun kan o na sanye say West Ham for ehia to omu yesika they will not even negotiate with Tottenham Hotspur say ebi akotoko ho akere no ne has of folk here negotiate onpe o. But Chelsea for no, they are not willing to pay what West Ham United wants. Chelsea say, when the players say, but now they can crash also. West Ham yes, liquid money. Now they are fund accounts anymore. Say they will run away from the financial fair play. Because what did me tell you say? And nothing I'm not Tottenham for no what's Russes here because Chelsea are not willing to pay cash or person the players no kwaji. It is a Tottenham that was here. Kudus will negotiate. They say Tottenham team, no. Thomas Frank, no pay Brian Buemu way no. And the Kudus also profile Brian Buemu the AI pay. It looks like he's been offered playing time. Tottenham was pay. Okobenya boni biabo. Me Tottenham nanka say na me say na nyu omunye mani but say Odibe call club for bi there. West Ham is okay. Let's see what will happen. Dear Tosubiu. Arsenal ne Victor Gyökeres no. They say last year now was that Arsenal for Benjamin Sesko. And the boy extended the contract. Then there was agreement Edu and the boy the agent Basanovic agreement by month for say Arsenal will come back for this boy. Sometimes no will release clause of 50 million euros. But the release clause on say the more all board, the more also go to release clause on air cost. Say when we ended the season, the release clause moved from 50 to 80 million euros still. Mikel Arteta, the ideal choice of pay, Benjamin Sesko on Victor Gyökeres. Sesko no owa, or 6'5" Arsenal for pay attention for Libya or fall in. Sesko 22 years. Sesko Bob Bundesliga, unlike the Portuguese league. It's Sesko na play on more paper. But when they went to negotiate with Leipzig, the last time I catch us a club, sir, would you negotiations are all bread pie RB Leipzig. Leipzig for say pay the release clause. And now so say it's cannot kakra. No problem. Ubet you 90 million euros now the add-ons account. So either you are paying 80 million euros cash down or you are paying 90 million euros. That's not for say we cannot do it. And I'm also someone say. And I'm asking I follow about Victor Gyökeres deal, you know. Now Ken, this is where it gets interesting. Yeah? Boy any agents, you know, Omumwa Sports Lisbon for no crack. See. Sports Lisbon for say 100 million. They know say Obi no better boy in 100 million. It makes a lot of sense. On turn 100 million. On person 80 million euros. See 80 million euros na Sports Lisbon for na edge, you know. Say agents na betia say my clubs na tia 80 million euros. Boy ni agents omo 10% too. And agents, you know, I don't know. As a woman boy na too desperate. Inti say clubs not for boy enough. Arsenal bid or the CCI 65 million euros cash down. And now they kakra also for add-ons. Into the add-ons na come you are looking at 80 million euros, 65 plus 15. And now Sports Lisbon for say 70 million euros. It's the difference right now. Sikana Kasa base figure no. Arsenal is offering 65. Sports Lisbon for someone the 70 plus 10. But what did the Micho say? Now, 70 plus 10, no. So Arsenal you're willing na Arsenal be for Victor Gyökeres Ediako. Because Sports Lisbon for so on so one CD and it makes a lot of sense to say Bruno Fernandes, Man U for turn 2019. Almost turn 65 million euros. Midfielder Bruno Fernandes. 2025. Aqua was 54 goals last season. They are going to sell him around South Africa. Yes, see. But why not this our problem in Yinaba? It is because they've made themselves too desperate. Now, club will be able to bobo be open. Young Luis Diaz. Here, build any all the news tablets are with Germany in Nasi boy and I agree with Bayern Munich. Now, it does not make the deal over. Luis Diaz, he's not happy with Liverpool. Now, one of the players are Liverpool for and show me with all due respect to my Liverpool people. Hey, Luis Diaz. Ken, Luis Diaz, now what you be £55,000 at the Barca. He's been complaining. Why you complain? Sansa na ketwe muntumu si cannot general form. And now no Federico Chiesa buy. Federico Chiesa just £150,000 a week. No, Luis Diaz Liverpool boy or 55. Esa. Your player said Jessica Chena down unions in Yadi or £140,000. McAllister at £150,000. Or you made fooder. He is least paid. And what complaining say? On for the second being called baby around £200,000. 200,000 in negotiate here. 150 grams, so he will take. But Liverpool foreign person may take a risk. Liverpool feel set with it. Yamiya January. Obeko 29 years. Omuman is asking us so moon say they feel say a bad business decision and the Omba Bay. Liverpool are very reluctant. They don't want to touch it. And a boy so take club no happy. It's last year so Obo say ne papa no de me hu twitwi basa for okay last year dey na oye no I said akoye interview me ba na onya basa obebo nti I say or the basa ne per contract extension.
Okay.
No I thought to be cho yase because ideally boy no your pair say Liverpool beto na ketu and no you so other clubs but Liverpool up to now I said they are not perturbed. Say basa said they don't care. They are still insistent. Say you are not for sale. So we better what? Just so we try 80 million euros. And see right now, say only buying winching for na kasa ano encourage. Say buying winching will have to come to Liverpool and negotiate. Liverpool want to insist to say 80. But as something in I can't contract to 2 years until Liverpool can relax. But point is say Liverpool should rather extend his contract or. If they get 80, they are good to go. Because buying winching for better 80 for par for Luis Diaz Day, it makes a lot of sense. Real Madrid. Monitor Madrid versus Hilal. Pachuca, Salzburg, Juventus, Dortmund. Share. And now many Pachuca boy. Now me very particular about the game because it was Xabi Alonso's first game. Okay, 4-3-3. Now 4-3-3 now coach in the coin. Okay. And no man Rodrigo has opportunity to shine. And Rodrigo be good when he wants. But that game, Asensio so good when he wants. And no match I mean the core center back. No the other Guleba not stress so waiting yabo. And the coach next game Osasa call 5 at the back. And now no more ball against Juventus. Madrid ball 5 at the back. But what we should game no be one of those deficiencies game was that a time be ana Kenan yield us ebe for ball or Fana Trent Alexander-Arnold they struggle because Alexander-Arnold's strength say the ball no air him. It is a way coach how do you solve it because coach somebody the defender and the 5 at the back untouch it so I mean in a fall from midfield no abeka Ken me more 3 examples of they see here against Borussia Dortmund because Dortmund also about 3 at the back. Now Svensson and Karim Adeyemi Senka coach na nya bibi amfa ho a they can heal this Eddie Yomono can the same thing baby. Give me one example. It's instead of Chouameni falling to become a defender now have 5 at the back. They can't say rather Freddy Valverde mom and a dropping be Trent Alexander-Arnold. First example. In the Kent times because of time. My second example. So this is the 12 minutes. Freddy Valverde and I'll drop it. So instead of Chouameni, I'll be question. This game it was Chouameni mom. It was Freddy Valverde mom na Eba. My second example. Here Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alpha Karim Adeyemi. Send a Freddy Valverde will also drop. Last example because of time. Last example no so Ebeba. Any 24th minutes again. a Freddy Valverde boom and a drop it. So in their previous game, Tchouameni dropped as a centre back against Borussia Dortmund. It was Freddy Valverde. You see, always the 5 at the back doesn't change, but the Madrid team is too flexible depending on what they want to do in the game. Player no obiabe team drop it. So far, I think Madrid will face bigger challenge. But what we are seeing, we are seeing good changes.
Okay. Madrid PSG next. And yeah, you should bring up. Biggie, some of you.
Namia do be
And yes, I want mana.
Medding crabby at a better.
See, now coming now, only 9 crying. Over the 9 when they match home. PSG phone. As I said, only to the 8 to crash with you.
A medding crabby at better. Can
I hear those in the Faba normal bread?
Aye.
Yes, so more anyway. Now, do you the crowd yes and none of me and none of you?
Can Madrid team no, sir, defensively and Casadia Trent Alexander-Arnold actually clearly say he's a man who is not there defensively. He gives you a lot of attacking options. And they have to expect this animal and better SEC. Can Real Madrid, when you have a new coach, a new team, now you're fortunate, sir, or a tournament attention, any BBA also. Coach will be making sure say or be provide a platform for almost every player or you available Bobo said the or be shame no they are selecting the best players on only few say you season ni more or be timi di o ma ye adwuma. It is a why has be Alonso. Almost everybody our Real Madrid Bobo and he wants to give everybody that opportunity. Now the best exhibit on no be having who's a born who timi abo and I say untimi more. So when he takes a decision and conquer yes will be who timi and also on pass MSC and on fan movie. Some of these players have gotten the opportunity and almost surprised you. Last time he did Gonzalo on come and never baba a story. The player friend say Hendrik. There are teams so much as so mobile branch and Australia and as a Madrid Australia, so mobile here branch and on loan. Real Betis are number 1. Can at this moment you ask yourself, say, if you say Hendrik better than Real Madrid Bobo Konimuana. First of all, tell me a player now. At the SSMA and say you have to talk to the coach. Only coach didn't come on coach not on a plan for what kind of plans because you are absent at the Club World Cup. There are other players from money here present. Almost so opportunity or Roma Ribo. So giving the opportunity, Oma grab this opportunity with both hands and near Conkin and so the Maumo. It is a players only mobile prayer. A better thing at the amount. So buy now Baba command your spot because you are not Kylian Mbappe, you are not Vinicius Jr. Abrante now only in a pre-position now. At the Real Madrid senior level, we haven't seen a lot from him. Gonzalo. But at the Club World Cup, Aquadana proved the actual say he's a good striker. So far, matches our body ama Real Madrid. Our Club World Cup no. Watch 4 goals and our assist back. 5 goal contribution from 5 matches. And clearly, coach Biabe Petro be keep such a player. No be see a kind of man. Hendrik on the other hand, at Real Madrid senior team had opportunities, but a lot of them were in stats. But even with that, about 22 matches in the league, 3 stats pen or share 1 goal in the Spanish La Liga. Champions League, about 9 matches, on your 1 start in the Champions League, or share 1 goal. But you only stats Kessia was in the Copa del Rey. A Honoman Brandt in your stats be about 6 games, and a Dema Madrid or started 4. In the Copa del Rey, no a Real Madrid top scorer or share 5 goals. Until clearly, Aquadana tried to a lot of opportunities and other stats. On to be me proving who Real Madrid Bobo Kunim. But at the Club World Cup now, coach really assessing new players now. Only available. One man another player opportunity, I don't know deliver. It is a Oba, a better danger of Baba Tuno, and so dear few. And we shouldn't forget that he's a Spaniard. That alone gives him another advantage over who player for us Hendrik. Only established. What is all it was in Brazil that you knew the wire, but at Real Madrid, you haven't achieved anything extraordinary with the Real Madrid club. It's a better thing the Amakwadano. To only coaching in Casa, no resort to Madrid, the Belbo, and yes, I are on Pelo Nibina uncle. No conquer Betano on them. Now for the opportunity in the bar, was sent to Ababi Pimo Real Madrid, no Ababi Siakain, and so they are more Moken. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola gradually fixed the problems in the squad. It's your Honoma. Kevin De Bruyne and Okoto Ryan Sheki and Odin the buyer. The quality Ryan Sheki has shown, it did dance here clearly. Say he's a good player. At the left back position, no be here player. And Okofa Ait Nuri at the buy at the Club World Cup. Young baller Ait Nuri so body Manchester City Bobo Kono. He's been very good. Defensively, he's there. Or attack here, he gives you options and also anymore. He plays as a modern day left back. It's in a gradually problems in the Manchester City Bobo Kono. Coach Nibuso all then all solve it. Potos near them no all fail it. But baby Bakwa Baba problem kaka. And Manchester City has been the right back position. It's in a there. So Manchester City Bobo Kono. And some of our Montiana reports about your talk of Dumfries. Dumfries are brought to that level. Manchester City Bobo Kono for that particular project. I am saying this because City right back position, the talk road are working. Kyle Walker was the man and no boss our position or solidify her at Manchester City. The standard or the right back position Koko drew here Manchester City Bobo Kono. It got to a point City share Real Madrid. Na Kyle Walker more. Among football in this one, you will be able to Vinicius Junior. And this ultimate yes, Jumano. It drew our level, no, not only the league, the Champions League level near there. It means that all the standard of the right back position, Manchester City in a Kosovo. But since he left, and I say only Manchester City Bobo Kono. Omo born to me yes, Jumano. And Peja the right back position, and from Conco do our standard, no. Rico Luis Beba Bokaka. A bit of inexperience, any inconsistency. Ewa Kodanafa. A Todana coach in a confirmed midfielder. Matthias Nunes. And the Baba Bejina the right back position. And the Manchester City team is strong. And there are options. And when you move midfield, any a chill on the right back position. To Baba Bedahonma. Manchester City Bobo calling team in failure. It is over called Livramento. Never bow 80 million. The Livramento we are talking about, Campono, Newcastle, at the right back position, go to be. But Newcastle, most of the time, about the left back position, and at the Maomo. It is a bebo 80 now, Quenya or Dumfries on one. I think going for that particular player is a very good option for the right back position. Our Manchester City Bobo Kunimu. And standard now, Kyle Walker. A page at the right back position of Manchester City, go through, you know. And now, open right back from be fitted as standard now. Over Dumfries, over Ashraf Hakimi. These are the right backs from Drusa level. No? It's getting him to fill that gap. Branch energy to one of the Ken. And idea about Manchester City Bobo Konepa. Now on AC Milan, coach I friend is Maximiliano Allegri is getting almost everything he wants with AC Milan. And in Pennyforce to whom match is given, the match is expected. Yeah, the opening now, man. So see the supporters of AC Milan, the management, the board, everybody in and around the club. And so Ressa won't so buy the amount to pay at the amount. And it's over to me, I did a Scudetto to be him. Why you be that with AC Milan in 2011-2012? Gideon Woho, or cover Juventus or yeah. We're increasing Gideon because at Juventus, a Juma and a broad when it comes to the domestic trophies. I do a Champions League final, any idea. It's almost a shame, and I'm decided to say you are the manner. Over to me about boy because the air panel, why you be that young Fauma and Omodinaba. Omodinaba and Ken. There were players and almost person free AC Milan. Because project Tekos were Romani Gideum. Mike Mignan is a typical example. Omonia Brantiana Casa convincing. And Mike Mignan decided so better than AC Milan on Cobebia. Rafael wanted to leave. No better joining Barcelona and Bayern Munich no man or more penal. Omonia Quadana Casa, coach in Nakasa. Coach in Naka in the press conference and they said he feels so or you obey to media bringing out the best. Oh Rafael Yaum, it's only player Nakasa. I'm a player and so tonight. Omo kwa kofa Luka Modric e na brel after the Club World Cup Obama joining AC Milan. Omo be Yiska e de akofa Matteo Retegui and so the number the top scorer in the just ended season e we Italian Serie A. Enti omo ya de bia ma say dey be obetimi succeed. It is good. Name mum e the pressure and e ba. Enti papa no so make sure said the omo ya dia man no ono so be repay the supporters, the board, the management. And you will be over AC Milan who be with Scudetto no more. And that status of a person of recapture with European football mono. Or more, not even form Conco some pensono. Because I did be a big Yama manager successful Biano. Almost the Sardian name Allegri.
Allegri. Okay. And you're big.